What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today when I talk to you about Faraday Future, I want to go over some of the data points, break it down on what is really moving it, and one company potentially copying Faraday to a T. So I want to go over all the things you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Faraday is consolidating today, down 8.54%, 117 the high, 112 the low. So not too much going on, and it is kind of trading within a set range. So I'll go over the technicals near the end of the video, but 7.2 million shares being traded. So nothing really significant happening. Coming from a macro standpoint, the market's kind of freaking out, not really satisfied based on the data. So we did have challenger job cuts coming in at 35,000. Forecast of 89. So that overall is very positive, but the market doesn't want positive right now. It wants somewhat negative to justify a rate cut for January. And then initial jobs claims came in at 208, forecast of 205. Currently, we're seeing a little bit of a dip. So there's about 30 minutes left in trading day. And that's because of this. So this is like the Super Bowl of all data. So we have building permits, starts, non-farm payroll, and unemployment. This unemployment is for December. And this is pretty much the first full month that we've had in a while, because last couple reports, they kind of included the shutdown. So a lot of eyes are going to be on this data. Specific to Faraday, they did put out news late last night, just kind of talking about their roadmap. And a lot of this is correlated with their investor day or stockholder day. And in my opinion, this is something that has always happened with Faraday. And I've covered them for a solid like 3.5 years, give or take, on and off. And Faraday always gets these hypes leading into big events such as this. Unfortunately, market isn't always satisfied based on what is stated right here, and usually causes a sell-off. So I feel like that whole mentality is one also attributing factor why Faraday is going down, because there wasn't really anything wowish from this. So the Super One, which I'm not that big of a fan of, seems to have been very, very hyped up. And I still don't think it's going to be doing that great, in all honesty. In this, it kind of goes over the US FX1 or Super One, when that's going to be launched in the States. So it looks like Q2. I, again, don't really think that's going to be a good momentum kind of booster, and in my opinion, I don't really think that's going to be that crazy of a positive catalyst. For those of you that are new to the channel, on a side note, I'm not here to pump you up, I'm not here to bring you down, I just say how it is. Sometimes it's brutally honest, and largely it's accurate. So do your own due diligence and all the other fun jazz, but I do feel like that is what is really affecting Faraday today. So combination of just macro data and just overhyped event. When it came down to Faraday, the Super One, so this is their website, so they recently updated it, so it's pretty good. Again, I really think that this is ugly as hell, but you know what, maybe there's a target audience out there that is going to be satisfied with this. But I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw one thing that was this to a T. Just subtract that little kind of point right here, and that is this. Very similar. Actually, I should have just posted this and said, hey, what do you guys think of the Super One? Seeing if anyone could actually tell the difference, because it is the exact same thing, same configuration, different color handles, but for the most part, that is it. It is crazy. And so this news right here, so this company HIMA has unveiled its first MPV, the 𝗪𝗧𝗏 V9. Stats are very similar to obviously the Super One, so it's kind of crazy, very crazy. So I don't know as far as if Faraday can actually sue for copyright, or if that's even in the realm, because technically both are going to be kind of different regions, so I don't know if that is going to play some difference. But yeah, definitely in my opinion, these are the exact same product. So kind of interesting stuff. I just wanted to kind of throw this out there. I don't know if anyone was already known about this ahead of time, about this company and what they were potentially doing, but from the post, it looks like this is kind of new information. So Faraday definitely does need to stop this right quick and kind of stop that. So yeah, let me know your viewpoint on that. Kind of interesting. But getting right to shorts, 25.92% of the free float is being shorted. Works to be 42 million shares overall being shorted. Shorts are increasing about 128,000 shares. DTC sitting at 6.5 days, so very positive. That's moving higher. Kind of signals that shorts are very extended. So those of you that believe that Faraday is a squeeze play, that might make you a little bit more excited. Aside from that though, shorts aren't really doing too much. At the peak, they're increasing 428,000 shares, so they're not really doing too much. Normally, they make up for a good about 35 to 45% of the daily volume. Lately, ever since that big announcement of them kind of killing the warrants, which is very positive, technically, like, shorts have just taken a step back. So that's clearly positive, and that actually prompted me to do a video last time, because you don't really see too many companies actually doing that. So that does signal that the warrant holders believe in Faraday. And as much as I'd like to congratulate Faraday, it was simply the warrant holders. They're the ones that are losing out, right? They're the ones foregoing all of those, I think it was like 44 or 45 million shares. So definitely it's the warrant holders that need to be thanked. When it comes to options, not much going on today. 42,000 in calls, 7,000 in puts. 51% of all the options being done are bullish in nature. Not much to really analyze for this. From a bull standpoint or a bear standpoint. Currently no transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000, so big money's not really buying the dip. On the dark pool, you're seeing one transaction for 108,000, so nothing too crazy. Right now with it at 112, it is right above this pivot point, so 111 needs to hold. That's going to be a key pivot for Faraday. If not, then you have $1 as that next strong support. Aside from that, based on my last video, Faraday was actually building up some very good momentum, and so it went from ultimately right here, so on December the 31st to here, had a 19.42% run. And so again, based on when I was doing a video, it was showing that it was ready to really move higher. And I think I did a video on the 2nd or the 3rd or the 5th, sorry, one of those 2 days. But nonetheless, Faraday, just because of, again, possibly just being overhyped, it is currently below that 50-day moving average as well as that 10. So all the momentum that it took a good 3 or 4 days to actually build up and get over those levels, it just lost it in pretty much a day and a half, which is, again, very, very unfortunate. But looking at the market position, you still see some willing buyers, which is a good thing, but you see a little bit more willing sellers from here up to about the $1.40 range for the most part. So Faraday really needs to kick ass, take names, and really push higher. If for whatever reason they do start a lawsuit against that company for copyright, possibly that could actually push Faraday higher. I know way back in 2022 or possibly 2023, they were thinking about suing. They were kind of researching as well a lot of spoofing claims. So I think they were wanting to go after TD Ameritrade and Schwab, if I remember correctly. So again, if they somehow are able to work on that, that could also really hype up investors. And at the same time, they actually just hired someone new, part of their legal team. So kind of would make sense to put them to use. So let me know your thoughts on Faraday. Are you buying? Are you selling? What's your general thoughts? One final thing. Pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile too. Pop over there and check that out. With all that, appreciate all you watching.